Come join the show where treasures hide and good vibes grow from finds to laughs. Let's begin, you know the name, Avery's All In.
What's happening? What is happening? How's everyone doing today?
Hey guys.
On this glorious Friday evening, afternoon.
Glorious.
Where it's 5 o'clock somewhere, or 6 o'clock actually.
Yes. Cheers.
Got my new
5 o'clock in
Spindrift. Sorry. Go ahead. 5 o'clock where?
In the next time zone over.
Well, that is true.
That way. No, that way. West. Central time, it's 5 o'clock.
So that's my new drink there. I usually in here I have water with a little bit of squeeze of lemon, and my sister hit me to this Spindrift where they have natural fruit juice, real squeezed lemon, and sparkly water with the bubbly. So now I'm kind of drinking pop, but not, it's water. But anyway, I see Chris is in. Chris Stewart. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris. J&J's here. Jenna is listening, but cooking dinner. Totally understand. We were just talking about that after the live. We're going to do one thing here, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then I think we're going to do some pizza and maybe some wings.
Yes.
Just
definitely wings. Hey, Ma. Hi, Roy and Lisa. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Yes, yes.
Yep. That is tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Are we going to be wearing our red and hearts and stuff on our whatnot show?
I might be wearing a different color.
Meaning?
Well, we'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
Meaning, yeah. Anyway, we are excited to bring some updates, talk to you all, and this is one of those lives where basically just a few of you actually find out something. We're going to give you, it's not a spoiler, but we have some updates that, you know, only you here on the live are actually going to get to see. And we will have some video coming out later, but you'll know first because you're here. So we're excited today.
Yes,
very excited.
Definitely.
And I'm not even the one that brought the news. It was Lisa that brought it to me. So, you know, even better, like, you know, Lisa brought it to me, so I know she's excited.
So let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
And let's talk about the video that came out yesterday for a little bit, and because it all surrounds that.
Okay. So about the video yesterday.
So what are your thoughts? We got a unit.
Oh, my thoughts are the same as they've always been.
We drove 3 hours for this unit, and there were 5 total units that this woman had, and we only got one.
Mm-hmm.
And we have had many moments of regret between then and now. Many moments of regret.
You know what stinks?
But we keep telling ourselves that, you know, we got the best one. We got this one. At least we got one.
Exactly.
We got one for a reason. Blah, blah, blah. All those things.
Yes.
So,
the first thing we were told, Rob from Second Sense actually said, when I told him we landed a unit, he was like, you're either going to really regret getting the unit or really regret that you didn't get more.
Yeah.
So, but until you go through it, you know. And yeah, we really regret that we didn't get more. That's for sure.
Thanks, Chris. It's been a lot of fun going through the unit.
Oh, I guess I should add Lisa to that, huh? But anyway, all right. Yes, it's been a lot of fun going through the unit.
And this is what I have to remember. There are parts of the next video that will be coming out soon. Mm-hmm. And So like what have they seen? What haven't they seen? Because
That's not the next one though.
some of it is of what I'm talking about
Okay.
or what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
So like just like what are my favorite, what are our favorite moments from
Gotcha.
the first part of the video?
That you already know for the second
Right.
part, but you don't want to. It's spoiler alerts. Gotcha. Right. I will say, we got a comment from Mad Dog today that I think it was Mad Dog. I have to go back and look. Or no, it was and Brian, Brian Oaks, Haiti Hunter, I think.
Yeah.
About a unit like this, like even the ordinary coins, you have to keep an eye on.
Yes.
So,
didn't you just dump a bunch in a coin counting machine?
I checked them all though.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I'm not good with errors, so I didn't check them for errors, but I was dumping some and ended up, as I was going through a jar that I didn't go through, found out there were some Wheaties in it. So I had to pull those out. I almost saved them. And then I'm like, because it wasn't as quick as I thought it was to do it. So while she was putting them in the machine, I was pulling out the Wheaties of the last little bit. But yeah, I did check all the coins.
So he was not the only person that said that. Another person left a similar comment, like, you should check all the coins in this unit.
Yeah.
So
that, interestingly enough, we ended up finding these. This was in the video. These are the silver quarters. And as I was doing the video, I was doing the comps and found out, the site that I trust to do comps for our money, the coins. These are actually under 500,000 were made in this year of these particular quarters. And these are worth valued over $100 each.
The 1923, is that the year?
1932 S and D.
1932. Okay.
So, and when you look at coins, like actually if it's under 500,000, like that's actually pretty rare.
How many coins do they print? I mean, like
most of them are in the
different.
Most of them are in the millions.
Even back then it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And usually Philadelphia is the biggest one. Yeah. So if there is a year Philadelphia would actually be under, that would be definitely a rare one too. But these particular mix,
San Francisco and
D4
Denver.
Yep.
Okay, I'm learning some things.
Yes,
Roy's learning me.
So I was surprised to see, because actually, funny enough, we've sold so many silver quarters. I just sell them because they're silver. And now I actually know if I see those with those mint marks that the mintage is under 400,000. I think Philadelphia was like, I'd have to go back and look, but I want to say for some reason, 31 million sticks in my head.
So, but that's the thing, like
that year,
with everything that we do, you have to look up everything because there's variants, there's just different things that come into play, and you just can't really take something at face value like, oh, I know what this is, because then you look it up and it's not that.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, we've just sold them, and maybe we haven't sold these. So, usually
you don't know.
We do pretty good with the way we sell our coins on Whatnot. So we generally get people in that when they see a good coin, they will bid.
Right.
So have we really had these? Probably not, because, they're just found, versus this was actually a collector.
Yeah.
And looking at the value, like.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. We sold the coin collection for the Brecksville estate, and that was, I think we brought in like 52,000 for the coins. So that was like something awesome. But at the same token, like finding these coins is almost kind of a similar but different category, because this was, somebody who was a big part of coin collecting and the coin club and, all that stuff. And we've seen some receipts of stuff they bought. We've seen prices for stuff they bought. Like, it's amazing what they really had. And man, if we found the whole kit and caboodle, well, we couldn't tell you, but you got to watch the videos.
We might have.
Yeah.
We don't know.
But there was more than just coins, though. I mean, somebody collects one thing, generally they collect more than one thing. And
there were many collections of many things.
Yes.
So that was the sort of exciting part. It wasn't just like we're getting one of this and one of that. It was like a whole collection of these things and a whole tote full of these things. And
yes,
but then there was the whole aspect of all the brand new with tags. Like,
yes.
So I don't know if we said this in the video, but I don't think we did. But so we think that the woman who owned the units, her parents passed between.
We don't think, we know.
Right. Well, we know when her parents passed.
I actually found the death certificate.
Right. 10.
So,
no, one was 11 years ago and one was.
The dad died in 2018.
2018.
Yes.
Yeah. And the mom was in 2015.
I want to say, yeah, somewhere like that.
So.
And we were finding auctions and receipts for coins from like 2012 and a little earlier. So.
And we think that this is my theory. I don't have anything to substantiate this, but I think that the daughter, there were two daughters, one in North Carolina, one here in Ohio, and the daughter that was here just turned to shopping. I don't know, maybe she had a shopping addiction before her parents died, but she just like it amplified, and so she just bought and bought and bought.
Well, she's had the unit since I think we were told 2012.
Okay.
So,
but I think
before the parents passed.
After the parents passed, that's when things got worse, and she started adding on units. Like she might have had one unit or maybe two,
Who knows?
but then I think some of this stuff was her parents.
Oh yeah, definitely,
and not hers.
Definitely.
So,
well, a lot of the paperwork for the coin stuff, a lot of the paperwork we found in this unit was her parents.
Yeah.
So, the coin club, that was a lot of stuff was signed by the dad.
Right.
So a lot of that paperwork, the auction stuff.
But all the newer stuff, all the Marshall's bags.
Yes, the new with tags and the clothes were.
And the purses. Yeah. We didn't even really get to go into the depth on the video of the purses, but there were Dooney and Burke, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. I don't even know how many. There was a Valentina, which is a really, really high-end designer from Italy. There was Coach, Vera, Michael Kors, Tommy Bahama, and then even others that were still new with tags that are just more middle of the road or more value purses. But it's,
well, the unfortunate thing is as we're going through this, like, so somebody had made a comment, we should slow down, but it's like, unfortunately when we're doing this, we also have to, it's not that we should slow down, but on the same token, we have to make something that keeps the attention, and everybody's different. So we have to look at the algorithm or the analytics of what, is happening in the progression of the videos to know what we can keep in and what we have to take out. Because what ends up happening is people can click off the video and then the video goes nowhere and then nobody sees it.
But also,
so
we're going fast because literally it was so cold and windy. The wind chill was really bad that day. It was blowing,
and we knew we were
up against
driving home in a snowstorm.
A snowstorm coming in,
which we did drive in the snowstorm. It was a whiteout, and I got yelled at the whole way home as she white knuckled the dashboard,
my armrest.
No, slow down. It's like, I'm going 20. What are you talking about? You need to go 10 then.
I don't think I sounded like that. I was trying to keep quiet, and I was just praying.
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't.
Sometimes.
I was like, Lisa, you're making me lose my concentration. I'm trying to get through this whiteout. Yeah. But anyway, we got home safely, and the unit is, I don't know. So I'm gonna circle back to the 5 units. We were looking at 3. The one I wanted was the first one off that we missed, and then there was one in between that we were both kind of like, we'll go for that. And then there was the one we got that Lisa really wanted, meaning I know when I woke up in the morning, she was sending pictures of stuff out of this unit we got that she's like, I like this, I like that. Because I was like, okay, why do you like this unit? Because I wanted a different unit. And she's like, well, this, and she had all this stuff circled and, you know, coin wrappers. And all I had to see was the coin wrappers. And I'm like, all right, let's do it.
There were the coin wrappers, the jewelry box, or the train box, what we thought maybe was a jewelry box. There was an ammo can and a lockbox.
Yes.
That you could see. Those were my 4 big signals.
Yeah. So we went in on that. We just caught at the last moment, and very rarely do you ever have. I put in one bid. Like we almost missed the unit, and it was under the limit. So I put in one bid. It bounced up 2 minutes, just to get us the extra time, because I was kind of in the middle of something. So I put the bid in. I knew it bounced, and then I could, put my, free my hand so I could really pay attention. And nobody bid, and we actually won it for just I call them a next level bet, which is going the, all right, it was at 560, so I bid 570. I didn't bid a max or anything. I just wanted to get the clock running, get us a little bit more time so we can get situated and pay more attention. And
Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Shane, what's up?
What's up, Shane? So we put in that bid, and surprisingly it closed, and I was waiting for somebody to outbid us, and I can't believe we got it for only 570.
I know that never happens. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty packed and stacked.
Mm-hmm.
It was neatly packed and stacked, and yeah. But there were totes, and you could see clothes.
Yes,
which might have been a turnoff.
Well, that was kind of the turn off to the other one. Like we saw like QVC boxes, but they were kind of open. So I was telling her when she was like, oh, I like this unit too. I'm like, well, the boxes are kind of open. So what if it's not in there? The one that I wanted to get was a 5x10. So it's half the size of the one we got, but it had Harley Davidson something right up front. So I'm like, all right, that's the one I really want, and then she wanted this one. So, and then we were going to see if we could just kind of get the other one and, but she did call the facility though. So that's why we really got into it. She's like, I called the facility and they said it's all common owner. And the facility only had 5 units up, and all of them were the same person's.
And we did ask if this woman had any more units. And we did ask if all the units got picked up, and they all did.
So,
but the woman at the facility also said that they don't often have units go up for auction.
Right.
So we're definitely keeping this facility on our watch.
So Chris said
open boxes are always a turnoff. It's true, because you don't know what they went through the unit, and that's what they left is what they didn't want.
But now that we know what we know.
So here's what I'm going to say moving forward for us in our decision making. If we see QVC boxes, I think it's a yes automatically.
Or HSN.
Or HSN. Even if they're open, because of just somebody who shops on QVC. I think Mad Dog made this point in our comments today. And it's true. If you're shopping on QVC or HSN, you have money to spend, first of all, because those things are not cheap. I know they have payment plans and stuff, but also you might like to shop or might shop frequently. So that could flow into other areas. So that's just, I think for us, I think moving forward, if we see that, we're going to be much more interested in it as a potential unit that we would be interested in purchasing.
I mean, we've had some good success getting, some of these home shopping network stuff. And so, yeah, it just makes it easy.
What are you doing?
Sorry, go ahead. Keep talking.
So I think that's about it from the unit, we did sell a lot of the New at Tags clothes already to a couple resellers, and they were excited, and I was excited that they got out of here in sort of one fell swoop because I was not going to piece and part those out. And then so we've made 2 additional videos here at the warehouse because we had to pack up everything, and
it's all going to be ran into one. So
okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's going to end up being at least 3 videos, at least 3.
So we have more clothes to go through.
But we have more stuff to add because, I mean, that's like the why we're so excited today. Like,
yes, Chris, and you know you're getting quality. That is another thing. It's good stuff. It's not not to knock Walmart, but like it's not a Walmart or Dollar General, you know, level. It's like next level. I mean, I shop at Walmart all the time, so it's not like I'm knocking Walmart. But QVC is next level. So,
hey, Mad Dog said, "Hi, everybody."
Hey, Mad
How you
Dog.
doing, Mad Dog?
We were just talking about some of your comments. I don't know if you heard that. Which one?
The one where he had mentioned the quality of the coins you're getting, you know, check everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the best buy I ever got out of a storage unit was a box that an auctioneer was selling off a trailer, and I got a $2 gold hat pin that was 12 karat gold for $2 with a bunch of junk in the box.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's why I love to go. I love going to those live auctions, and you know, some of the box lots have hidden gems in them that, you know, they just throw stuff in and you don't know. Or sometimes those jewelry jars, if you can find those and find some hidden gold or silver in there.
So one of the other things that happened, we've had a lot happen, funny enough, this week and even today. Go ahead. Okay. Even today, like, it's been a pretty positive week, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, like, I don't know if anybody watches AA on Rob Second Sense channel, but on auction, actually he calls it Auctioneer Anonymous now. Boom. But
yes,
we were talking yesterday about a few things, and one of the things we were talking about was or we try to do is help educate people. And I'm trying to think how I segue into what I'm saying, but
just say it. You don't need a lot of words.
Yes, I do. I need tons of words, and I have to,
do.
you know, make sure that I fill up the next 5 minutes just talking and rambling first, and then but no, so talking about the business, we talk about auctions. We're all auctioneers. We're all trying to level up, you know. So we have a pretty good camaraderie, is what I was really getting at. From TDK to What the Hells to J&J to Conky to, you know, Robert's he's the one that's had the most experience with the auctioneer as well. But we're all in this business doing the business our way, but we're all leveling up to getting the credentials and the licensing and all the stuff we've done. And one thing that happened today that was pretty awesome was, you know, I'm from the Medicare insurance outdoor salesman scenario where you're doing a lot of networking. I was a big networker, always out on the scene networking, always out I was doing a lot of Medicare in the senior centers, doing events, meeting people, so on and so forth. So, you know, one of the things I learned is you try to find people that partner with what your business is so that you can have let's say some arrows in the quiver, meaning if you meet somebody and they're looking for something and you're with a client, then you have these certain people out of your network that are core people that can handle things. So if I do Medicare insurance, then I might need somebody that does final expense life insurance, which is, helping for burials and stuff like that. So, kind of expanding that opportunity to service people without it always being me, and, hand it off to an expert in that particular field. So that being said, today so I post things on Facebook Marketplace, and it's because Lisa's done it for years. And I know she's always busy and we got so much going on. So, trying to wait for her to do it, because I really don't like Facebook. I never really wanted to be on Facebook, but I'm like, all right, I need to do it. I'll do Craigslist. But, finally I got on Facebook and started posting on Facebook Marketplace, because one of our biggest clients we ever got was through a Facebook or a Craigslist market post. One of their employees got something from us, and
it was a $25 recliner.
Okay. And
I still remember that day
when they needed a company like ours. We do downsizing, estate sales, and consignments out of the warehouse. That's basically our business, the storage units and everything. That's the fun part. Like, we got together and we like treasure hunting. So I know a lot of people see the storage units and it's the treasure hunt. And a lot of people that do see it may think that we don't, it's like, we even have people that reach out to us and say, is all you do is sell storage unit stuff and buy storage units? Actually, no. We do consignments. That's really a lot of our revenue. A lot
more.
Yeah, we do a lot more. But so I'm putting stuff on Facebook Marketplace to help liquidate stuff, and hoping that we'd have that opportunity again. And getting to the end of the story, today walks in, or somebody today reached out to me on Facebook Marketplace that is the owner of a real estate brokerage.
Close by.
Yes.
And very well known. Been in the industry for many, many years.
Yes.
His name, you say his name in the area and people know it.
Exactly. So
good reputation too.
The amazing part of it was we communicated. He did come on out and he bought from the Facebook post, and in the communication, he's like, are you this business or are you by this business? And I'm like, no. I'm like, we're in Berea and our business is recycle, NEO, auctions, and estate sales. So I had to purposely put that in there so he knows that he's coming to an estate sale company. So he does show up to buy. It was American flag I had posted. His have been getting tattered from the weather this year. And I had 4 of them, actually 6 of them. I sold them.
Did you sell them all that we had?
Except the 48 stars. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
nice.
He came on out and brought a calendar. So here we are talking. He's like, oh, what do you guys do here? So I tell him, and I'm like, hey, here's our rack card. And on our rack card, and it's called rack, RACK. Because, you go into places and they have that little spinny rack, where you get the trifolds, bifolds, or we have a front. It's just front and back. But yeah, so I give him that. And he's asking me questions, and come to find out they don't really have a liquidator that they can refer people to. So making that connection, he leaves us a calendar, and funny enough, I'm like, hey, I'll take your calendar. Oh, by the way, we got 3 left. You want to take one of ours? So he took one of our calendars, and
we're all trying to get rid of our calendars here in the middle of February.
He texted me and messaged me and let me know that I told him, go ahead, take as many as you want. And he put them on his front table and sent me a picture that he has our card now, like right up at the front.
Cards or the brochures?
Well, it's a rec card.
Right. Okay.
So, but he's sent me a picture, letting me know that he has it sitting right up by the door. So that was kind of cool to make that connection through Facebook. And I'm excited because he has several realtors that work for him or with him or are licensed through, not licensed, but appointed through him.
He's a broker. Yeah. So they probably work under him.
So it makes it somehow nice, because that is an ideal. Somebody buys a house and they buy it with the contents. It can be cleaned out. They deal with a senior that's downsizing and they need somebody to help them liquidate it. It's a referral basis. So how do you find the business? And we get people that ask us that all the time. Like, how do we find that business? And here we are making the connections. And, just thinking, like, if we were still at the beginning of all of this, where we were working out of the house or working out of storage units, what impression could we have left on them? And it's just, I don't know. I just think of the growth that we've had in trying to get better with our craft and learn more and educate ourselves, just, I don't know, just, it just makes you feel good to see that little blessing that walks in the door from, you know, doubling down on how we found our best client so far.
Yeah.
And the thing with the best client is the dad passed. He was a realtor, so that's a big name. So this gentleman that walked in the door, I got to tell him we work with them, and he knows the guy as a matter. Or the guy he passed. But his son, the guy that passed from the biggest opportunity we got, is a state attorney. So now we're in his office, we're law firm's office, as you know, a good referral base because we've worked with the attorney. Like, it's just crazy the way that worked. And then just the fact that today, like, the blessing of somebody walking in and the potential from it, like, you know, we're not going to slow down and wait on it and hold our breath. That's not the point. But it's just, you know, seeing things like that happen and getting blessed and things like that pay off.
There's opportunity in every single relational transaction that you have with people, and you don't know what that person is about. You don't know what they do until you meet them and talk to them and then have a conversation about what their needs are and how you could maybe fill those needs. So, like, it happens more times than not that people say to us, oh, I wish I would have known you. My mom died 2 years ago and it took me all this time to clean out her house, you know? So, I mean, do they not know that estate sale companies are out there? Maybe not.
I think people don't, because how many times have we done our event at the senior center and, you know, people are like, oh, wow. And then we get referrals for people that have downsized, and we've got a couple good deals from that.
Yeah.
One of them being a record collection that was over $20,000 of revenue. I mean, that guy got a nice little lump check, and so did we.
And
so
like, always putting your best self forward when you're out in public, especially, you know, sometimes I think about, like, I'm running to the post office and I'm in my warehouse garb, you know, and looking a little grubby or whatever, but like, you gotta put that smile on your face, because you just never know who you're going to be in contact with and how they're going to, you know, perceive you. And you want to be perceived as someone who can be approachable, and you can have that conversation with them, and you never know where it's going to lead. So the guy that came to pick up that recliner, I mean, obviously he was at our warehouse, so he saw that we did something like, you know, sales of stuff.
As Mad Dog just said, sometimes the best people find leads where least expect it. So Marie said, how do you deal with the sheer volume of items you acquire? I'll let Lisa answer first.
Well, I like to think that that's one of my superpowers is going through all this stuff here and disseminating it into, okay,
is it really a superpower or is it kryptonite? But go ahead. Disseminating it into
lots, grouping things together versus finding an item that's a standalone piece and then figuring out how to best sell it, how to sell it the fastest, how to make the most money, but that it doesn't sit around here for years. So, like, there's definitely a science to it, but it's just being, you know, sort of organized and flexible at the same time.
Well, she has her perspective and I have mine, and it kind of works because mine's from a male perspective. I like tools. I'm a handyman, you know, sports, you know, you name it. So, like, you know, I'm more the rough and tough, you know, I like the guy stuff, and you know, like, I can't even touch guy clothes because she knows all about clothes, you know, and even it, but anyway. But you didn't
even what are you on that? You didn't even answer her question at all.
Neither did you, though. How do you deal with the sheer volume? You said
I talked about lots. Quantity and lots and determining where you sell things the fastest.
Well, I was just saying that we have different perspectives, and it works because as we liquidate things quickly, we can disseminate things to each other that is.
So what he's trying to say is each one of us have our own areas of expertise. Like if there are tools or sporting type things, comic books, sports cards, he gets to deal with all those because he has more knowledge in that area. So we do have
Unless
a
we make
divided.
a lot of money and then she takes over and says we need to sell it faster.
We do divide and conquer the items that come in so that we can deal with it. And it's
I think
just
at
about
the end
efficiency.
of the day, you get to a point where when you're going through volume, you're very, I won't say selective would really be the proper word. So like, I mean, it depends on the volume. If it's storage units, we're looking for the value, like we're not trying to get a dime out of everything, we're not jumping over dollars to make dimes or coins, so we're trying to make our dollars out of everything. And then the rest, it is as easy as donating it. It may go to Goodwill, or we send it down to a thrift store down the street that also gives a portion of their revenue to veterans. We were just talking again about, we've been getting a lot of towels lately, and I like to keep the towels as rags and blankets, but I just drove by the
animal shelter.
Yes, the animal shelter. Anything else? I just drove by the animal shelter, and it's like we should be taking some over there because we keep getting all this, and it's like it's always trying to figure out. I think the biggest thing is, as I tell people, when you get into liquidating volume, the biggest thing to understand is waste management, right? And when I say that, like, it doesn't have to necessarily be waste, but if it's not something that's going to make you money, you just have to know how to get rid of it. You can't pick through everything. There's stuff as you get into it, is not going to sell for you. Like I know we used to be able to, before we started doing online auctions as our main source of selling. So this was back before we got to this level. And, we could sell file cabinets, put them up on Craigslist or whatever. But I mean, to get $10 for that based off everything else, like we'll rather mainly throw things in our online auction. And the funny thing is file cabinets don't sell in our auction. So now we have file cabinets that to take the time to over $10 to put it on marketplace versus just donating it or actually scrapping it out as good scrap metal and moving forward. At least it gets recycled because it's going to be melted down and turned into something else based off shredded scrap. Like, so that's how we deal with it. It's not holding on to everything and knowing what to let go and moving through it quickly. But you still have to process it too. And that's the other thing. Like, we can't on every unit go through every nook and cranny because
on camera is what you're saying.
Right.
Because we do go through everything.
Well, yes, correct. We can't do it on camera. But we do have to, and we always talk about it in our videos, that we have to fine tooth comb it at the warehouse. So it's just, fine tooth combing is not desirable video footage people want to see. The boring, I'm going through every file folder just to make sure there isn't anything hidden amongst the paper, or maybe there might be some personal stuff. We got a unit and somebody said, hey, if you can find this for me, like a birth certificate or whatever, and you're just going through it and putting that stuff aside. So
the other thing is we try hard not to throw things into the dumpster, into the so that it goes into the landfill. We really do try to recycle as much as we can, but you can't save everything. Like that's what you just can't. So. And some things just have such little value that it's just not worth it at all to anyone.
So I don't know if that helps answer the question in a lot of information, but it's really not a simple answer either.
Nope.
I mean, you could just throw it out, but I mean, that's never been our motto. It's always trying to figure out how not to put it in the landfill. So like we have paper dumpsters around here where you can throw cardboard and paper. So we'll do that instead of just throw it in the trash. Although paper is biodegradable, but it can be shredded and turned back into more paper, and then you get recycled paper. So
Mad Dog said, do you look at sell rates when you decide to list something on eBay, whatnot, or your local auction, looking at how many items are listed and sold? Yes, some of the time. There are, and that is just something that has become innate in both of us, where we just know instinctively we can look at something and we're like, that's online auction.
Yeah.
That's whatnot. That's eBay. Other times, if we're not sure and we're doing some comping, we definitely will see if there have been others that have sold, how many have sold, how recently they've sold, and things like that.
Yeah.
So
it's actually a process to that, to be honest with you.
yeah,
there is more of a process. It depends on where we're putting it too. Like if it's on eBay, I will dig into when I'm putting something on eBay, I don't look at just solds. I always look at comps, because I want to know how many aren't selling as much as I want to know how much is selling.
Right. And how many are active.
Correct. How many are active?
There's 2,000 active and only 37 have sold in the last 3 months, then
I'm not gonna put it on eBay. But if it's 2,000 active and 1,000 sold in the last month, then it's a more popular item and I have a better chance of still being found.
It's a very popular item. We don't get those popular items.
we have, but I've also seen it. I mean, it's not often. I don't know, but we don't mainly put on eBay either. But if we put it on eBay, it's got to have solds within the last 60 days for me. It's got to sell for at least $20 or more if I'm going to think about putting it on eBay. And it's got to have...
You always want to list $10 things on eBay.
No, I don't.
About? You do.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I want to profit $10, but see, now we got to talk about perspective, because she doesn't remember. I prefer to put things on eBay that are going to at least sell for $20, because the profit I want is to be,
Okay. Anyway.
Yep. But anyway, what I was saying about, when I look at eBay, if I'm putting it on eBay, I look at it different than if I'm putting it in the auction. If I'm putting it in the auction, then I actually will only look at solds, because I want to see if it sells and what it's selling for. And then anything that I see that sells on eBay, I immediately assume in our auctions on just in general, it's going to be about half of what it sells on eBay.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that, like, as an auctioneer and talking to other auctioneers when it comes to that, like if you can sell something in your online auction for eBay prices, like that's the gold echelon, like, oh wow, we sold it for eBay price or more. But for the most part, if I put it in our sale when I see it selling on eBay, I'm assuming that it's going to bring in 50% of what the eBay price would be. So that means if it's selling for like 30, 40, $50, I'm probably going to say, yeah, let's put it in the online auction individually. If it's selling for a lot, but it's selling for maybe 10, and I can partner some other things with it and make a lot, then I'll do that. And if it's here from the warehouse, I probably wouldn't worry about it. I might throw it on Facebook Marketplace. But if it's at a house and we're doing somebody's estate sale or downsizing, or it's a consignment scenario, then obviously we're gonna load everything up. And
everything's going to be in the online auction, because it's one contract,
right,
stating, we're going to run this auction, we're going to run this online auction for you, and
right. So
it's one thing.
It's a lot that goes into figuring that out. But and
then for me, like when I'm thinking about or considering something for eBay, because we know typically that items are going to sit a little bit longer on eBay. In our online auction, they can run 7 days and then it's out the door. Yep. But eBay may take a little bit longer. So do I need a bigger audience? Do I need a worldwide audience with this? Because with eBay international shipping, that gives you your worldwide audience. We will ship from our online auction anywhere, but it's so expensive. So we haven't garnered that international bidders market with our online auctions, but we definitely have. I mean,
we've shipped practically everywhere across the country though.
Yes.
So
a lot goes into it, and that is, I think, what people don't understand. They just look at this pen and go, oh, you guys sell stuff, so you just have to take a picture of it and sell it. But it's not really that easy.
Right. And over time, we've garnered a certain audience. So that's the other thing. We know our audience, so we know if we pull certain things or find certain things that what it's gonna sell like. So,
Yeah.
But that's also just something we've done over time too.
Right. Yep.
So,
and that just comes with the experience of doing it and learning your people and knowing what they like, and that helps us when we're looking at estates too. Like if there's a lot of vintage goodness, we know that it's going to do well versus if it's just household,
as we call it. There has to be anchor items. So if it's just, hey, we need you to do an estate sale, and you walk in and it's like just all household, and we're small, so being small and not always having the extra hand.
Well, like, wait, so remember, I don't know if anybody was here last week. We got an email that came in last week that they literally like ran off a list of things that they had that they wanted, were interested in us selling. And the whole list was like things that were like, yeah. So just yesterday we heard back from them. We replied back to their email and said we'd be interested. And just yesterday we got an email back from them saying they wanted to move forward. But their list was Royal Dalton Toby mugs, Van Briggle pottery, statues, Malcolm Moran, Tiffany, Waterford, Longaberger. It says assorted silver, so we don't know yet because we haven't laid eyes on this stuff, but we don't know yet if it's silver or silver plate. I don't know what you're doing.
You're making the camera wiggle.
Oh, sorry, I was tapping the table. Asian style chest. So yeah, I mean, it was just like everything that they were listing was like, yeah, we have a market for all this stuff, so we would be interested in it. If it was like, I have precious moments and collector plates and what else don't we like to sell? I don't know. But so
Brian said, would like to buy the stamp mounts that you found in the last locker if they are still available.
Yes, I did comment back to you. Why don't you reach out to us directly so we can communicate about that? And I have to put eyes on that again. It's here somewhere. I just don't know where it is.
Yeah, and just shoot us an email. It's in usually the description of every video, but it's Avery's all in at recycleneo.com.
I think I left that in the comment too.
Okay,
so I don't know, Brian, if you've seen that comment yet that I left. It was this morning, I think.
And Mad Dog said, so if somebody brought a huge ephemera collection and pencils and pens, you'd feel comfortable selling it?
I think so, yeah. We've done pretty well with some pens that we've had, and we know that there are collectors of certain pens out there. Man, I would love to get a fountain pen collection, that's for sure. A lot. We've sold vintage mechanical pencils, and so yeah, we would. And that would be a cool collection too, because it's small and shippable. So that's another piece that we like to see. When we did that cookie jar collection,
yeah,
we were not going to ship those, and then we got pushback from the family because
actually, so there was pushback, but I wasn't involved yet as much. But the first sale went off, and we weren't necessarily happy with it.
Right.
So I looked at the cookie jars based off the boxes. I told Lisa, like, yeah, we'll ship the cookie jars, but they're going to have to just go one at a time. I'm not packing with other cookie jars. So the good thing is they packed in basically our standard packing material. The bad thing is we didn't figure we'd have people buying 10, 11, 12, 19 was our biggest order. Like, really?
19 cookie jars.
That we weren't expecting. But the funny thing is, it's like, who would buy 19 cookie jars knowing you're going to have them shipped individually and you're going to pay for individual, shipping? And come to find out, this guy said he had over 800 cookie jars in his collection. So,
Uh-oh, what did I just do?
Moving too much.
Sorry, I had to make a note about Brian.
So, but we do like collections, and but again, we always put our eyes on things to make sure that it's worth the value. Like there are certain things we know didn't work out well. Like we've had people ask if we'll sell their Beanie Babies, like that didn't appreciate the way people thought it was going to, or like Precious Moments is another one. But then there are other collections that like Royal Daltons or Royal Dalton, like they have these doll lady spinny dressy figurines, you know what I'm talking about? And like we know those sell well.
Spinny?
So yeah,
Spinny?
they look like they're Cinderella basically spinning around, but
The ladies in the big dresses. Yeah, I don't think there's like a name for those, but
no, but
they each have a name.
They're Royal Dalton though.
They probably do
and
have a name.
They do sell well. But so we always look at collections, and we're open to, especially if it's vintage, I mean, that's just, I don't know why, just where we reside.
Oh, remember that house we did over on the east side in like Chagrin Falls, but it was like Orange Village, and it had all of that pottery. Was it Hungarian pottery, or it was an Eastern European country pottery? Was it Hungarian?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
The house with the siblings and the neighbor. He was the one sibling. He lived there.
Oh, yes.
What was that pottery called?
I don't know.
That was an amazing collection, and I'd never heard of it before. Honestly, I'd never heard of it, and then I looked it up. I'm like, whoa, some of these pieces are going for some good money. So, and those things, we take them on in confidence, but then sometimes it's like, oh, I do hope they sell because we haven't sold it before, and do we have an audience for it? But a lot of times it's about how we market it, and I try to get into as many Facebook selling groups as I can, and that kind of makes me crazy sometimes. It makes my Facebook crazy because I don't really like Facebook either, although I think I am addicted to it. But
yeah, she'll look at everybody's comments like me. I might look at one or two when it first opens, but it's on to what I got to do, which is post on Facebook, and if not, then let's get to if it ain't making money, it ain't making sense,
So anyway, just, doing everything you can to reach as many people who might be interested in what you have. So.
And with that being said, as we're coming to a close, because, we don't always shut down right on time, but I know we're getting close to that 7 o'clock hour.
I have a few things that we have to talk about yet. We haven't talked about.
Well, let's chat.
What are you doing?
I'm looking to see what that pottery is, but go ahead.
Oh, just a note about our Whatnot show tomorrow. Everything is loaded in the shop, and it's going to be things from the unit that you saw yesterday. And
Herend, Herend. That's the name of the pottery.
But where's it from?
You said you couldn't think of the name. Now you want me to know where it's from.
Right, but it's from a certain
Hungarian.
It is Hungarian.
Hand painted Hungarian porcelain.
So. Herend. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I had never heard of that before. And then the way the woman said it, because they are Hungarian, she gave it the accent of like Edend. I'm like, what? Excuse me? Edend. Herend? So
no, it's how they pronounce it.
I know. It's the correct pronunciation versus my pronunciation. But anyway, lots of brand new with tags stuff in the Whatnot show tomorrow. So it's all loaded in the shop. You can go check it out now. Put your pre-bids in if you aren't going to be available to be there live. But that's going to be at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And there's a good amount of stuff out of the unit, which is the video drop. So there's a good amount of stuff in it. The majority of it, right, is from the unit.
Most of it, but there's still some Amazon pallet stuff.
Mm-hmm. And there's
everything
actually one
starts at
piece from our $30 unit that will be coming down the pipeline too.
And then there's just other, there's always other random stuff because there's like things that are left over from other units and whatever. Yeah. So, and then our high bid auction is starting on Sunday, our next high bid auction.
And that actually has some stuff from this unit as well, too. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's loaded with stuff from that unit.
Yeah.
And what else? And then the big book pickup. That's our next Whatnot show. That's already loaded too. That's going to be next Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All those books are loaded in the Whatnot shop. So you can check out a lot of stuff. And there was a new feature in our Whatnot shop that you guys can you can bookmark an item. You can't buy it because it's $737, $737,373. It costs that much if you would buy it. So let's see if I can find it easily. Probably not going to be able to.
So what's the item?
It's just a bookmark. If you bookmark the item, you're going to get a notification every time we go live. So if you see that item, and all you have to do is hit the bookmark in the corner, and then you'll get a notification every time we go live. So it's not because I don't have my Whatnot notifications on, because if I did and I got a notification every time somebody goes live, like I'd be getting notifications all the time.
We don't get a notification everybody goes live. You have to, even if you're following somebody, the only way you get a notification is when you bookmark their shows.
Right. So if you bookmark this item,
if you bookmark the item, then you will get a notification every time we go live. Yes.
Yes.
So
it's kind of a little workaround. I saw somebody else do it, so it's not my original idea. And honestly, I don't even know if it works. So,
well, we'll find out. Hopefully.
Yes, I bookmarked it. We have one bookmark.
Well, the big news we want to make sure we share. This is the huge news from this unit that is so exciting, right? Unfortunately, it wasn't caught on camera, so only you that are right here watching today will actually get to hear and see this information. Actually, we will share the information in the videos coming down the pipeline, but the thing is, again, I'm going to start by saying you have to make sure you process everything. So whether it's storage units or if you do a buyout, you know, even if you're like going to garage sales. I remember we were going to estate sales, and you know, if you're in an estate sale, you might check the pockets of the clothes. I don't know. You know, you just never know what you find. But so normally we don't show going through the clothes because, you know, it's
You too, Chris.
You know, I won't say it just doesn't make good viewage, you know, and it's just dumping out clothes and
Did
you know,
you say
checking the
viewage?
pockets. Yes. But we found this. Lisa found this. So we went through a tote, but in one of the purses or bags,
it was a little makeup pouch.
Yeah.
I mean, just a tiny little pouch. You open it up and you probably saw chapstick,
let's see,
a nail file, some pens, and a business card.
I don't know if you can see that, but ended up finding, and I know the person, one of the person's names on it. This was a giveaway drawing, I guess, at the Coin Club.
The person's name.
I'm not. You have to know where it's at and read it, but it's a gold coin. We found a $5 gold coin. This thing is worth a couple $100. So Lisa found this going through purses, and this was a couple days ago. And today, so I know there are some people that we shared this with. If J&J's in, we shared that with you already.
I don't think you did, but
I did.
Because you didn't send a picture with your message.
No, I sent it specifically to Joe.
Oh, gotcha.
So I know I sent that specifically to Joe. But today, Lisa actually found another one. So Lisa found that, and today Lisa found this one going through a bag of clothes or another bag, because all the bags, they mainly felt like clothes. So she ended up finding something.
Like 4 big garbage bags sitting here, and we thought they were all clothes. And the bags got moved because we had to move in this other unit today. And so I saw in the one bag that there was a square at the bottom and then kind of a weird bulge on top of it. I'm like, that doesn't feel like clothes. So I ripped the bag open, and there was a like a messenger bag, like a briefcase kind of thing, packed. I unzipped it. There's a bunch of paperwork and stuff in there, and there was one small manila envelope. I started going through it. There were a couple checkbooks and that gold coin, and that's where I stopped. So after this live, we're gonna film that bag because we thought it was closed, so we didn't film it. We just put it aside. So
this is actually what it is a 2016 24 karat gold 1/10 ounce early release SP70 mercury dime. So that's a gold mercury dime.
It's not. There it is. Nope. There it is.
And
you just got it focused.
There's the back. So, and it's already on a slab. So ended up finding a gold $5 and a slab gold mercury dime. Both of them 1/10 of an ounce of gold.
I found them. They're mine. And why are they over there on your side?
So, yeah, that, knowing there was a coin collection, and through the video, we're like, oh, I mean, we're seeing all this coin stuff, and it's like, there's got to be something in here. And even though
there was I
don't think we mentioned, I think in the title I did, but we found out that the coin collection that the parents had was $100,000 coin collection from some paperwork in there. So, of course, going through, as we're fine-tooth combing, going through the paperwork, it was found after the processing, and even, well, if it was on video and we found it, but we generally don't get through all the paperwork like that and read it like
There's
that on video.
So much paperwork in this unit too.
Yeah, but in doing the fine sort process, we found paperwork where there's a lawsuit between the two sisters. So one sister is out of state, the other one actually lived in the parents' house, and there's a dispute where attorneys are involved about the sister out of state not getting her portion of the inheritance. So, and that's where we found out there's $100,000 coin collection that was at stake. So talk about it, what was in the other units, like, I don't know. And the lady actually was alive. She basically, because I talked to, the other reason we did the video quickly is because the person who helped us,
the facility
get access,
manager,
no, it was actually a different person,
an employee, the
came on their day off for us to be able to get in, and they were sitting there for like 4 or 5 hours while we're going through and doing the filming. It was like, I mean, she was there on her day off longer than expected, and so we had to wrap up because we letting her get out of there because she was waiting on us. So
Brian said, wonder what was in the other lockers you didn't bid on. So we talked about that a little bit right at the beginning of the live, Brian, about the regret, we got the best one.
We think, we don't know.
They already got the coin collection. Maybe the coin collection's in that bag.
We found out there was 3 safes. Like, because we got the safe combos in the paper that says combinations and keys to safes. And it was 3 different safes, and it said what the safes were. But there were no safes in our unit. So there were 3 safes somewhere.
So there's a lot of spoilers in this live today.
Well, it's not in the video though. So,
Yeah, but they haven't seen the whole unit yet. They
No,
don't
they
know
haven't.
that there's not a safe. But now they do, because you just told them.
Well,
it's okay.
But they don't know what we really found though.
Right.
We found some good stuff. So it's not a spoiler.
I know.
It's just,
But it is kind of.
No.
It's okay.
It's okay because I said in the title, it's a trail.
Jenna said, run it tomorrow.
So.
Oh, boy.
Well, with that.
We need to go through this bag.
Yes.
So we're going to sign off. And thank you all so much for hanging out.
And by the way, we haven't mentioned it, but we're trying to get to 25,000 subs, and we're giving away a PS4, PlayStation 4, tested, working, reset to factory defaults. We're going to give that away to one lucky subscriber when we hit our 25,000. So do us a favor. We appreciate you all. We love you all. Anything else, Lise?
Be safe.
Share
See
our
you next
channel.
time.
Help us get to 25,000. And hey, stay warm.